Mississippi State about to put it away as we start the festivities. Fielded in the end zone is Anthony. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
Definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
Pocket. Be patient. We need 6 on this drive.
Rides the back and leaves it. Got the first down and still on his feet. Now they've got even more breathing room out of the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Even dating to the days when they ran the option, Arkansas has always been built around the ground game.
And it makes Jerry Jones happy, huh? Noted Arkansas fan, always talking about the Hogs, his Hogs. And this team is always built on that physicality, built on that toughness.
Scanning the field, it's Green. Dangerous screen into traffic. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for him loose.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. On the option. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. On the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The hardest thing to do in football is to play on the road. So you want to get those fans as quiet as possible. That is a great opening possession for this defense. Not giving up any big plays and forcing the 4th down.
And that one will sail out of bounds. No chance for a return there. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Gonna run it. It's Booth. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, giving 1.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
So it was a lightning fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away. Makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good. The pass wasn't where he wanted to put it. I know that. It's only 1 yard to go, short yard situation, man. I'm going to trust I can get that yard.
Hey, you made the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your front cover unit. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. The give on the option. Creates a little room. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down after the 30.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. Might be changing the route. Looking to pass. It's great offense. With the catch, it's great.
Early in the game as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
The Razorbacks can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go.
Safe, boys. Under the 2 yards on this play.
He's going to take off. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
He does a really good job with that mesh point. The mesh point is when he sticks it in the running back's belly. When he pulls it, he gets downhill quick to chew up some quick yards. Nice play early in this football game.
And the Razorbacks have this offense rolling. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw for first down. It's Anthony. The Razorbacks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. They'll run it from the gun. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Thompson. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchdown.
teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to throw. It's Shapen.
To the football, trusting that if they got there, maybe they'd be able to knock it out. They did, and they come away with a huge takeaway.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Now, you'd be hard-pressed to find better field position to start a drive. 1st and goal from the 10. They'll try to get it in with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And on that play on the RPO, they had the look they wanted, but up front, they just could not get the job done. You see linemen losing their one-on-one battles. There was nowhere for that running back to go.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Now listen, the defense won that play. As an offense here, the key, David, you can't go back-to-back negative plays. You got to be smart with the football here. Looks like you're going to have to throw it. You just can't force it. You got to make sure you're playing with that clock in your head. You can't take a sack.
And I think this is a situation where I spread you out. I get more speed on the field. I make the defense declare. I see what they're in, but I'm definitely throwing the football.
It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking to throw, and he needs a break. And they'll get him down inside the 5 with this offense powering for the score.
Nice job by the defense there. They knew coming into this one, this running back was dangerous catching the football, so really good job getting him down on the ground, now setting up 4th and goal.
Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. He won't have any problem with the distance, but the angle could be a different story from the left. Never a down. And that will extend their lead even further.
Winning the turnover battle is so important, and you got to make these turnovers convert into points. They get the fumble recovery. Yeah, they didn't get a touchdown, but they're still able to get a field goal to put 3 points up on the board.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Thompson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
Job here. Like, offense put you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Running the red zone into Washington. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
6.
They go to the draw. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. danger of squandering this great field position unless they can convert this 3rd and 5. Fires into the end zone. Hey, they bring it in the end zone for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And here's the return. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Back to throw. It's Shapen. Fires it incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be through it.
Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Tries to do it himself in the draw. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
You practice these moments as a defense, but you never know when they're going to come to fruition. But how about it? The scoop, the ball's on the turf. They scoop it up. They take it to the house. The defense takes care of business. As an offense, we don't need you. We'll put points on the board.
And he tacks on the extra point. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing.
Take it to him.
He'll bring it out. It's Thompson. They get him on the ground. And that will head to the 2nd quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Arkansas has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the 1st, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the 2nd quarter is about to get underway.
This could be it. This could be it. This could be it.
So after the break, they'll go back to work.
Get set. Get set. Pressure on
On
that
the ground.
defense.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. It's Shapen. Snag in the middle. It's brought down at the 28, but it's a 10-yard gain.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Bulldogs with a long And they'll bring him down after the long completion. An explosive pass play for this offense.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Tight end now in motion. Wants to go up on first down. With the catch, it's Davis. Puts him in the spin cycle. Continues to fight for yards. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
Needed something to go right. When you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
And they did tack on the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Anthony. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Ready to send out this offense. Action on first down. Unloads to the right. On target to the left. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. Remember some of the years when the Hogs spent a lot of time in the Wildcat just running it? You don't have to do that with this guy at quarterback.
And it just makes you less predictable, right? You got a running back in there. You know you're not going to throw it very much, but when they do have the ability to push the ball down the field and get some guys out of the box, it makes this offense even more exciting.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. It'll be a draw. And he'll go down, but he delivered the business end of his stiff arm to that defender on the way.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Razorbacks have it with a 1st and 10. And off to the lone back. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, he shows you his speed and his power on that run. As far as I can think back to, Arkansas football always comes down to being able to run the football on offense. It's about grinding and wearing the opponent down. They always seem to be able to recruit outstanding athletes at that position. This guy is no different.
Rushes on him. Hit it hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He'll keep it himself. Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to the 31.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Dropping back, it's Green. Catch in the middle, it's Jones.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. It's Thompson. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. Look at him, back on the football, ready to run another play.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
I think a trait of a running back that you really look for is a guy that can bust tackles. Man, a guy that can make something out of nothing when it's not there. And just a really good job breaking the tackle, continuing to keep the play alive, and never quit.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a man. It's Shapen. The bulldozes his way through. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set him up inside the 30, 1st and 10. Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21.
And oftentimes running backs love drop plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second. So the D-line's rushed away at field, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes. And
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. We're in the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force him to settle for a field goal? Out of the gun to give to the middle. Can't get him to the ground. He did not make it a stonewall on 3rd down.
keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. It's good.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll bring it out. It's Anthony. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense. This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
They've really got this offense humming. Just the fourth play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to pound the goal line. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They've pushed it forward down to the 5, but now looking at 3rd and goal.
Some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered in the half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
And he tacks on the extra point. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fielded in the end zone, it's Thompson. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
Just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion.
Let them complete that.
He's moving out of the pocket. There he goes. He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. Mississippi State right back to the line. Quickly gets everyone set. They spike it to stop the clock. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Yeah, and you've already seen him make a critical mistake earlier in the ball game, and you're going to make more of them if you don't make your feet a priority. Just pause for a second. Steady those feet. Get them quiet. Now I can make it more accurate.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Going for the big play. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated offense looks so far in this game, right? After what?
Snap to the other man. It's a fake. And the gamble works in their favor this time as they pick up the first down.
Do it now.
Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Dropping back, it's shaken. Throws to the right. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. And that'll bring us to the end of the first half as we head to the studio for halftime. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll bring it back looking for help. He had a vision of getting loose, but he'll go out of bounds at the 18. Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play. You just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They'll run the toss. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Back to pass, it's Chapin. He's taking a shot. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. They dialed up the shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Oh, he just misses on the big downfield shot. And I think some people think that's a difficult throw to make, but tell you what, a lot of times you put a little air underneath it and you just trust your guy more than you trust the DB, but it's hard to do when you overshoot your wide receiver.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Fired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
And the Bulldogs are on the move. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point, you're going to have to change your thought process.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. He's going to let it go. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Well, that's an incompletion, and really poor accuracy by the quarterback there. When you're throwing the ball down the field, you don't need to make it perfect, but you do got to put it somewhere around your receiver. You got to give him an opportunity to go up and make a play for you.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Shapen. Time to take a shot. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, that's not the way to start a drive. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Not all guys have the ability to break on the football, go make a play, and catch it. You know, you play defense for a reason. A lot of the wide receivers are the ones that do most of the catching. Great job by the defense securing the INT.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the ground. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Nice job by this defense. Listen, you got to understand, they're going to run the football. They're going to try to milk the clock, Jesse. They got the huge lead.
Haven't been a lot of good plays for this defense in this game so far, so can they build on that one? Can they...
Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. The give to the tailback. Got enough for the 1st, and he's still going. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Here's the handoff. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward. That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And the Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Stopped in the backfield, and this defense has forced him into 4th down. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He's already put 3 on the board earlier, this time a 38-yard try.
I can't look. I can't look.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll start the return inside his spot. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. See what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. To the air, it's Sherman. Release to the back. In the middle, it's Davis. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Mississippi State going up tempo. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Nice move to keep running. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. 2nd down, they'll go to the edge. The defense to take it in. Touchdown, Mississippi State.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback, wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Coming out with it, it's Anthony. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We reached the break. Arkansas has the lead, and they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Gives it on the option. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Razorbacks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Leaves it with the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the Razorbacks lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground.
One of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on third down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on third.
The Razorbacks will have it 1st and 10.
He's been open.
Right back to the well. Cutting it off. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
This cannot.
And the Razorbacks line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to power their way ahead. And he's brought down, but the defender got a face full of stiff arm before he picked up that 1st down.
And this offense does it again on 3rd down. They have been so elite on 3rd down all game long. That's the money down. All the coaches talk about it every single time we meet with them. They've been brilliant at it. They've built the lead, and they've got a good chance to finish this one out if they keep that up.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And that was a big-time stop defensively. Being physical, creating a negative play on that last run. Now you're setting up 3rd down. This is the critical time. You've got to find a way to get off the field. You're trailing late in the game. Give it back to your offense to go see if they can score.
And guys, they've come through on the first 2 3rd down tries. This one might be a little tougher.
Let's put 6 on the board, fellas.
To the air, it's Green. A shot toward the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Keeps it and gets past the chains. He's finally stopped with a big play there with his feet as he moves those sticks.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
They created a lot of breathing room with that first play of the drive. Now first down from the 39. Bringing the heat. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Mississippi State right back to the line.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses. That has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
And offenses keep track of yards after catch consistently. There was none there. Nice job by the defense swarming to the football as soon as he caught it and getting him on the ground.
And those last two plays were disasters, and now it's 3rd and 17. To the air, it's Shapen. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
When I got a stud quarterback like they do, I'm going to protect him. I want to make sure that I keep him upright because he can do some serious damage. But this defense applying pressure and applying the hammer in this football game.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. And they can't make the connection on 4th down, and they'll turn it over.
Offensively, this is a beautiful time because now I get to get all my other guys that don't get to play that much. We're up. This game's over after that missed 4th down conversion. Now we get to get everybody in the ball game, or if you choose, like Jesse probably would, to go pad some stats and get some more catches, get some more rush yards. If that's your thing.
The offense will have to use its first time out of the half.
Do this, offense. All right, let's get it. Let's get some yards, boys.
Using his legs,
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
The Razorbacks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They'll leave it with it. Hard running there. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
And the Razorbacks trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. And they take a knee on 4th down, having inflicted enough damage, and that ought to do it. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation.
The pocket, be patient. Keep up with their attack, offense.
And in a 2-possession game, they'll take a knee. Defense can stop it a couple of more times. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long.
That's what we're made of, offense.
A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.